Good morning. It is another beautiful day. It's April 14th of 2020. Clear skies and bright sun, fresh air and light breeze. And the world is still going crazy around us. Because of that, we need a moment to chill and maybe learn something. Thus, welcome to the Facts of the Day. My phone just slipped from my hand. Yikes. Boy, these are crap quality videos, aren't they? Good old-fashioned YouTube Americana. Anyway, to get us started, the national holiday. Every day on the calendar has at least one holiday associated with it. Today is National Look Up at the Sky Day. How appropriate, because it's a beautiful day. It's also International Be Kind to Lawyers Day, which was started in 2019 by a guy in Missouri who got tired of negative jokes about lawyers. And he is not a lawyer. Okay. It's also International Moment of Laughter Day, so it's time for one of my favorite dad jokes. What's blue and smells like red paint? Blue paint. I know, it's lame. Moving right along, it's also National Dolphin Day, as well as Pecan Day, and Reach as High as You Can Day. So celebrate your national holidays by telling a lame joke to a dolphin while you eat pecans, but don't tell a joke about lawyers, and do all of this while looking at the sky and reaching as high as you can. And if anyone asks what you're doing, you can say, "Hey, I'm celebrating." And when they ask you what you're celebrating, you can point them to these videos, and they can learn that they should be celebrating too. Moving right along. Every day on the calendar, apparently, has something interesting associated with it in history as well. So on this day in 1865, President Abraham Lincoln was shot by John Wilkes Booth at Ford's Theater in Washington, one of the darkest days in the history of America. In 1903, Dr. Harry Plotz discovered the vaccine for typhoid. In 1912, the RMS Titanic hit an iceberg at 11:40 p.m. off of Newfoundland. In 1935, April 14th was Black Sunday, in which a severe sandstorm hit the Midwest, creating the Dust Bowl. That's a piece of history you should all make yourselves familiar with. And in 1981, the year of my birth, the first space shuttle, Columbia 1, returned to Earth. Finally, on this day in history, in 2000, Metallica filed a lawsuit against the premier peer-to-peer sharing phenomenon Napster, which eventually led to the movement against file sharing programs. So, thanks, Metallica. In other educational news, your word of the day is umbra, which is spelled U-M-B-R-A, which means a conical shadow excluding all light from a given source. Specifically, the conical part of the shadow of a celestial body excluding all light from the primary source. I did not know that. I thought an umbra was like an aura. Anyway, on to some trivia of the day. Stewardesses is the longest word that is typed with only the left hand. I wonder how long it took someone to figure that out. Like, just imagine typing with your left hand and, well, I'll bet they put that through a computer program to figure it out. No word in the English language rhymes with month, orange, silver, or purple. But I once heard a rapper, and I won't say his name, but I'm sure you know who it was, say that he didn't rhyme words, he bent them. So he was really angry about the fact that nothing rhymed with orange. And so he started thinking about ways to bend the word and make it rhyme. And he said it was all about how you pronounce or drag out words. So the orange 4-inch door hinge suddenly sounded right to him. I can't argue with the logic, although why you would be rapping about an orange 4-inch door hinge, I don't know. Try saying that 5 times fast. Orange 4-inch door hinge. Whew. Anyway, clans of long ago that wanted to get rid of their unwanted people without killing them used to burn their houses down, hence the expression to get fired. Which leads me to a whole litany of sayings that come from the 1500s. Peasants used to drink a particularly powerful alcoholic beverage in pewter mugs. The combination of the alcohol and the pewter would sometimes lead to people falling into comas, in which case their family would lay them out on a table in the center of their dwelling to see if they would wake up. Hence the practice of holding a wake before a funeral. Then if you didn't wake up, they would bury you, but with a string tied around your finger that led above ground to a bell hanging from a pole. In case you woke up in your coffin, you could ring the bell and you would be saved by the bell. There was always one person in the family designated to wait near your grave to see if that happened, which is where the term graveyard shift comes from. So, now you know some more things to freak people out with. Next fact. Canada is an Indian word meaning big village, which reminds me of the movie Wayne's World, where Alice Cooper tells us that the Algonquin name for the city they're in is Milwaukee, which means the good land. I love it. The chance of contracting an infection during a hospital stay in the USA is 1 in 15. So stay out of hospitals, because your chances of contracting an infection when you're not in a hospital are much lower than that. Anyway, how about some inspiration now? Here's a quote from Ralph Waldo Emerson, who said, "What lies behind you and what lies in front of you pales in comparison to what lies inside of you." Which could be taken a couple of different ways, and that's what makes it so profound. Think about that, and let me know your thoughts. On to something strange but true. Did you know that the medical name for a butt crack is the intergluteal cleft? Yep. Plumbers don't have, is it plumbers? Plumber's crack? No, they have plumber's intergluteal clefts. Kind of like the government name for a pencil is a hexagonal wooden writing instrument. Which brings us to our riddle of the day. I'm taken from a mine and shut in a wooden coffin, from which I am never released and yet am used every day. What am I? I kind of telegraphed this one. The answer is pencil lead, of course. Worst riddle ever. Finally today, I want to leave you with an, oh, yay, kind of feeling. Which leads me to the good news of the day. A 17-year-old cashier at a grocery store in Georgetown, Tennessee is in the spotlight today for helping a senior shopper with his grocery bill. The gentleman in question had just picked up his disability check last week and went out for some food and supplies. When she rang him up, he was $33 short of the $173 total for everything he had selected. As he explained his dilemma and made to put some things back, the young lady volunteered to pay for the difference. This is just a very simple story about genuine kindness being shown in an everyday situation. And that gives me a very, oh, yay, kind of feeling. So, mission accomplished. On that note, I have no other facts for you. So I hope you have a fantastic day. Thanks for listening.